I'm here. I am. All right. That's right. We're in the weekend round of the Highlands tournament. And I need to get all the par fours. That's the deal. Need to get all the par fours and hopefully try and pick something up on one of these other holes. I've been like super close on some holes, but have not been able to execute. What's up, Mr. Dunner? First man in the house. What's up, Kevin? How'd your rounds go? All right. That's right. How'd your rounds go today, Bo? I have played so little in the last month since the Redwood Cup came out. Right before that, when they did the upgrade for the needle, I swear when they did that upgrade, their stuff is taking up more resources, because it's not just me. I'm hearing it across social media and in my clan, just people having lots of problems with timeouts, lots of lag issues. Whatever they did on that last upgrade, not just changing the needle, but like changing, I'm not sure what they did in their infrastructure on their side with their software and their programming. But it does seem like on our end that it's taking more resources than it did before. So let's get started. This is the only account that I have that's in the weekend round. I did not have time to play my other ones, so this is it. So if I do good, I do good, and I only have to do good once. If I do bad, I only had one account and I did bad. So I really do believe I came in like 20th in tiebreakers. I had a crappy opening round. I had a really good qualifying round. Came in with minus 15. Had a minus 27 in my opening round, which is way not good enough. I really do think it's going to take 30-31, and in my case, coming in 20th in tiebreakers, it's going to take a 32 to like give myself any kind of like legitimate shot. Coming into this bracket, there was 4 people at 31. There was like 8 people at 30. So there's a lot of people up towards the top. So the only shot that I'm going to have of getting a win is if I can shoot a 32, which means it's real simple. I just need to pick up all the par 4s, and I need to pick up one hole on each side. So that's all I need to do. So let's see if we can get it done. All right, hole number 1. Hole number 1. What is hole number 1? Hole number 1 is Greenwich Point. Hole number 1. Let's see how it goes today. The lag stuff for me has been pretty good. I had to upgrade all of my internet stuff at my house, and so it seems like it's better. What's up, Caesar? Thanks, and I am going to have good luck tonight. We just need to get a 32. That's all I need to get in order to have any shot at a win, is a 32. So banner's not good enough. The whole deal is trying to go for wins. A banner would be nice. I think if I shot a 31 or better, I have a shot. If I shoot a 31, I have a shot at a banner. But in order to have any real legitimate shot, I got to shoot a 32. And I know a lot of people on hole number 1 here, they're playing a quarterback, but I'm playing with a sniper and a kingmaker. And here's where I'm at on wind adjustments on these holes. And I know, like, from one player to the next, like what people are doing for wind adjustments. I have done a 10, I have done a 20, I have done a 25, and I keep ending up on the right-hand side of the cup. And the wind's blowing to the right, so the wind is pushing me off. So I'm going to do a 30% wind adjustment. And I know, like, if you're using a QB, you can do minimum club, and it's like a 5% wind adjustment. But I've been working on this shot all week, and I'm gonna ride it down to the end. Riding it down. Here we go. All right, hole number 1. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's get a hole in one right here, right off the bat. Let's just get it done. Let's go first. Try and hit it perfect. Maybe. I go first. The wind is 3.0. That's 3.9 rings. All right, all right. And why did you let me choose the ball if I didn't have any? And it's 2.0. So it's 2.6 rings. There's 2.5, 2.6. I'm gonna have to snap it off if I can even get it off. Isn't it perfect? Jeez, how did I get that off without running out of time? And I ended up in the sand. That's how my rounds are gonna go. That's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna make it tough on myself right from the get-go. What the hell happened there? So it's a 2-mile-an-hour wind. I did a 30% wind adjustment. That's 2.6 rings. I did 2.6 rings and hit it perfect. And even on an overdraw from where I was at, I don't know how that would have ended up in the sand. All right, let's have to do a recovery shot right off the top. Get this, maybe it'll give me some motivation and get the round going. Never like it when rounds start off like this, because then you spend the whole round just trying to dig yourself out of the crap that you got into at the very beginning. That's not going to work for me. This shot's definitely going to get moved off the cup. Hit a 1 ring great to the right, and that'll miss to the right. Just barely outside. Starting the round off with a par. Do I look happy? Oh my God, that's gonna piss me off. This is where like in the past, this is the deal with streaming, is like in the past I could get up right now, I could go walk outside, I could put my hands up in the air, and I could just like calm down and do the deal and come back and try and get fired up. So now I am freaking raging pissed off. And my opponent is the same kind of crap. So I'm gonna quit thinking and just start playing. I have no idea what happened on that shot. I have no idea why that hit like it did. I'll have to go back and watch that. You guys have the benefit. You can rewind it right here and go back and watch and see what exactly happened on that. But from where I started up, I was like midway in the rough. Well, Scott, the reason I'm playing rookie is because I can. And the thing about this account is this account plays only against other experts, and so I'm playing against other people that have the same exact clubs that I do. So I'm not playing against people that have 125 games and only have an extra mile too. I'm playing against, and the people that are in my bracket, who I'm playing against when I'm out here on the course is who I'm playing when I'm out on the course, but the people that are actually in my bracket that I'm actually playing the tournament against all have the same exact stuff as me. That's how the bracketing works. So it's just like my odd account. It plays with pretty much, other than Epics, all of the clubs in that account are maxed out, and I play in a Masters, Ricky Masters bracket, and everybody in that bracket is a Masters, and everybody in that bracket has the same exact stuff as me. And most of the people that are in my bracket have better stuff than me because they've won more stuff. They've got 3 million or 20 million or 20 billion earned, and I'm only at like 1.3 in my odd account. In this account, I've got 270 million won, so that's just the deal. So I'm playing against other people that have the same stuff as me in my bracket. And I'm not interested in spending the $200 to $400 a month that it takes to be a top-level Masters player. I already played that game. I already played a game where it cost 400 a month to play, and I'm not interested in doing that anymore. All right, here we go. Extra Mile. Kingmaker. Let's make sure I got a Kingmaker this time and it's not making me pick it while I'm out there on the course. When you're playing out there and you're out on the field, you may be playing with people that have, I've played people that have better clubs than me when I'm out on the field, and I play people that have worse clubs. But the deal is, in my tournament bracket, the people that are in my tournament bracket have the same exact stuff as me. And I would say out of the 100 players that are in there, there's 4 or 5 and a half. I'd say a good 80% of them have exactly the same stuff as me. 3.7 times 1.2 is 4.4. Just the titch over 2 rings. Little teeny bit of curl. Getting it perfect. See if we can make up for hole number 1 and get a hole in 1 right here. Close. No cigar. That's the thing about the bracketing that a lot of people don't understand is everybody thinks, oh, you're just playing rookie. And so people that have been, there's a ton of players in this game that are ex-Masters players that played Masters for a long time and were Masters 2, Masters 3, and decided that they didn't want to spend the money that it takes to play at that level, but they still love the game. So they play in rookie, and guess what? They're all playing against each other. So if you've got a rookie account or a rookie pro account, you're playing against people who are rookie pros. If you're an expert, you're playing against. That's the funny thing about it is people go, well, I'll just go up there and get really good clubs and then I'll go play rookie and I can kick everybody's butt. Well, guess what? When you go back down to rookie after you've gone up there, you're playing against people that have the same exact clubs as you. That's how it works. It really doesn't matter where you're playing. The scores that it takes to win are the scores that it takes. I mean, like in this tournament right here, I would say that the mass majority of brackets are going to probably be right around 30. You know, it's going to take a 30, 31 right in there, and that's going to be, you know, like there's some brackets that could win with a 28, a 29, and there's some brackets that you could shoot a 33 and come in second. I have a teammate that shot a 33 and came in second. And so that's just how that works. But I'd say overall, the mass majority of the brackets are probably going to be 30, 31, and that's across any rookie, whether you're in rookie pro. It's if you're in rookie, there's some of those brackets that may be a little bit lower, maybe in the 28s, 29s, but even if you're in rookie masters, the deal is that 30 to 32, that's what you really need to shoot in order to win. That's what cracks me up about, you know, people want them to how much more competition do you need? I mean, it's like that all the way across the board. I mean, there's tons of competition out there. The thing is everybody wants it easier so that they don't have to compete. Like this particular week, I haven't played a lot this week. I didn't play all of my accounts into the weekend round. I only have 3 accounts. I have a low-level account and 2 upper-developed accounts, a practice account and my main account. And I didn't practice a lot this week, so my expectation of what I can actually get done this week with the limited amount of practice that I have is not, you know, I'm not like on the top of my game because I haven't practiced. I haven't spent the time over the last month, the last 3 tournaments. I haven't really spent the time that it's going to take to really dig yourself up to make sure that you can get up at the top of the charts. And so people want it to be easier. The deal is that it's not going to be easy. I mean, I really do, and I said it on the last stream, I really do think that Playdemic should just make brackets of 4 people in the weekend round. That way there's only 25% of the people that are pissed off that they didn't win a banner. I mean, think about what it takes to get up there. It takes 400 people to make a weekend bracket. So, and there's only 3 people out of 400 that win a banner. That's a pretty small number. I mean, that's a small number. Hole number 7. Alright, this hole has changed, but I'm playing it the same way that I played it before. Let me make sure here. So I'm doing 6.5 top spin. Taking an extra mile and a sniper. I'm trying to forget about hole number 1. That's the deal. It's never good when you start off with a par. I still have no idea what happened on that. I have to go back as soon as I get done with this stream. I'm going to go back and watch that first hole and see what the hell happened there. I have no idea. I must have short shot it because I had to set it up really quick and fire it off because I only had like 1 second left to set it up, and I must have short shot it. That's what I did. Yeah, I agree that they need to give out better rewards. They used to, when the game first came out, they used to give out, like, because back then they only had one. It wasn't until, I think it was the July 4th, 2017 tournament, was the first tournament. The first tournament they gave, you got Berserker balls. But the first tournament where we actually had a ball that we could buy, I think the first ball that we could actually buy was the 4th of July tournament ball. There's 3, 4, 5, 6.5. There's that 4th of July ball, and back in those days, depending on your finish in the tournament, you got whatever ball they were offering. So if they were offering the 4th of July ball, if you were in the top 10, top 15, you got some of those balls. And the gifts that we got, I overhit that. Ooh! Isn't it funny how you can take a shot all week long and you don't have any, it never rolls off, and then in the weekend round, it rolls off? That's funny. I'm going to take half of that top spin off. So I had 6.5. I've been hitting 6.5 on that all week, and it ends up really close down there at the end. But 6.5 is a little bit too much today. Just a bit outside. So it's kind of nice when they gave us, because they don't give us anything. I mean, Playdemic doesn't give us, like, you know, the 3rd anniversary we did, their anniversary, we don't get anything. Like, they give us nothing. Like, a lot of these games, you know, they entice you to, they give you a taste of what it's like when you get those special balls or you get that stuff. But Playdemic doesn't, they don't give their community any free lunch stuff. They don't give us crap. It's 2.8. I'm doing a 10%, so that's going to be 3. It's going to be a ring and a half. Seem to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I got my wind adjustment right. Just a bit outside. Just a bit. Yeah, they could give us something. I mean, they don't give us, they really, I mean, really when you think about this game, 2 years ago, 2 years and a month ago, they changed the bracketing system. Because what most people think about in tournament bracketing, where you're a brand new player, you've got 27 games in, and you're playing against somebody who is playing in Rookie who has 8,000 games and has really good stuff. That's how it was. So for like the first year, I mean, when you played in Rookie or Pro or whatever, I mean, you may be going up against somebody who was a maxed out player that was just playing down there. It was rough, brutal. And so they changed it so that you were playing against people that were in your divisional bracket within trophy count of each other, and they tried to match it up so that people were playing against people with similar experience levels. And we got some stuff, but when they changed that around, when they got to the first year and they saw that they were a lot more successful, because that was like, the game had been out for about a year and a half when they made that change, and it was about a year into it, they changed the stuff where they quit giving, you couldn't win special balls, and you couldn't, they really, 2 years ago, 2 years and a month ago is when the clans came out. And like, look at where the clans are now versus where the clans were when it first started 2 years and 1 month ago, and they have done zip. Other than adding on divisional stuff, so that now we're, next month we're gonna be at Masters 3. So we'll finally have all of the divisional stuff full. They have done nothing. They really don't do anything for their community as far as like giving us stuff or doing specials or like, you know, like trying to get people hyped up about it. They're pretty stingy as far as how they handle the whole deal. And I totally get, like, you know, they're a ball manufacturer, so they want to sell balls, but there's things that they can do to help promote that and get people hyped up about it. Be nice to their community, and they aren't. Maybe it was when it was owned by the company, when it was owned by Playdemic and they were from England. And I think, you know, like when the game first started, it seemed like they had some of that. But once the game was really successful and it won, 2018 Game of the Year, I think at that time was when they got bought out by Warner Brothers. And they got bought out by a U.S. corporation. And I can tell you right there, as soon as you say U.S. corporation, there is no anything except for making money. So on their end, they want to make money. They couldn't give two shits and a fuck about anything other than making money. That's it. Sorry about the language, but that's the absolute truth. Anybody who's watching right now or in the stuff that's from the United States, that's just how it works with corporate America. I mean, we are definitely not. They could care less about us. I like big pets. I like big putts. All right, I'm doing a plus 10 to the cup, if I can get up there to the cup. This is definitely a one shot at a time. I got to get my drive in the right spot, and I have to make this hole. There are just no two ways around it. This hole right here, my whole game is predicated on these par fours, and this par four right here being the hardest of the par fours. This is a super critical hole right here, because the rest of these holes, they're doable. You can make shots on the rest of these holes, but I just have not had a lot of luck getting stuff to drop this week. Haven't played a lot this week, but when I haven't had a lot. I've been super close, super. $1.9. I'm gonna do a full ring pull, which is 2.1. Hit it one ring great to the left or right. Your left. It may clip right there. Easily made it. And that might put me in my minimum. I'm either in minimum Hornet or I'm in maximum Rapier. If I'm in my Hornet, it's 2 per ring. If I'm in my Rapier, it's 1.3. And it's probably going to be in my rapier. And I'm doing a 10% plus 0.2. We'll see. I added the 0.2 on because I've hit this shot 5 times this week. I've hit three grates to the left and made it. And I've hit 2 perfects and missed. That's where we're at. And I am right at minimum club. Let's see if I can get it to go in from there. So it's 1.1, so it's going to be 2.3. There's 2, 3. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if that adjustment's right. Oh, look at that. This is how my round's going to go today. I can tell already. It's going to be one of those rounds. If I can eke out, it's going to be a rough round. I did that the other day on this hole. I caught where I got right on the, must have been right in between the transition between either the fairway and the fringe or the fringe and the green. And I caught the little roll where it rolls from one cut to the next. When the game first came out, they had the transitioning like that. That never happened. And then they came out with an update where they smoothed out those transitions. And ever since that time, and that was a long time ago, you can catch it just wrong and the ball will just slide. Hitting it perfect. Recovered! That would have been so shit. That would have been really bad. It's already bad that I didn't get the eagle on there, but it would have really been bad if I hadn't gotten a birdie. I can recover from the not getting an eagle. I can't recover not getting a birdie. We'll forfeit. What's up, Desmond? Black Dragon. Is it Chong? Or is it... I can't pronounce that. Timmy. That was a great recovery. That saved me. Maybe that'll get me pumped up, and I'll start trying to. That's 2 down though. I'm already 2 shots down after hole number 1, and not picking up the eagle there. That does not help. So I've dug myself. I'm only 4 holes in, and I've already dug myself into a 2-shot deficit. Not good. Not good. Okay, hole number 5. So Greenwich Point, hole number 9. All right, I'm just reading my notes here, trying to see. I'm taking the middle shot. I'm taking the pink shot that's not on the screen. Taking an extra mile. And a grizzly. And a kingmaker. And I could make this shot just a titch easier on myself if I brought just a little bit bigger ball, but I think I'll be fine with the kingmaker. And I'm going to do, I should be where I'm setting up my, okay, it's 1 shot at a time, but if I get to the right spot, my second shot's going to be at mid club. It's 1.5 per ring. I'm doing a straight up adjustment. No elevation, but I'm adding on 0.2. And we'll see if I can continue to get bad bounces as the day goes on. So I have to go back and look at hole number 1 and hole number 4 and see exactly what happened on those holes. Here we roll. Here we roll. Right on the deal, 3-4. There's 3-1. 3-4. I'm going to do just a little bit of this. Hit it one ring great to the right, which should be fine. Just rolling me out. You got about a one ring to the right. The deal is on the right you might be able to, just depending on how you set it up out down there, you may have two rings to the right. But on the left hand side, it's hard because you'll clip these trees right here and how you get through this tree. I haven't really had any problems getting through this tree. It's just setting yourself up down there with enough room so that you can be able to pick up a grate to the left or the right and still get through. I'm not sure why anybody is taking that shot out there unless they're trying to do a max overpower shot and they've got some way to get up in here on the other side of those trees. Because that to me just does not look like a and the deal is that where it will put you out there, even if they would have caught the fairway, they still would have had to contend with those trees. Okay, so there's max. And there's min. So there's mid. I'm going to do a 2.8. Actually, it's 2.8. You do just a sliver less than two rings. And I hit it one ring great to the left. I'll tell you, that's the first time all week long that I've hit it to the left, so I was trying to get a little bit closer and I was trying to get more up towards it, but it drops down when it comes to the green, and almost the same effect that happened on hole number 4, where it caught something there right on a transition. That's what was happening to me when I was trying to get up close to it, and I was having to use more backspin to get over there and just trying to pull it back so that my ball guy was walking a little bit better. That's the first time all week that I've ended up on the left-hand side, so that tells me that I've made some adjustments on that hole to try and dial it up. See if we can get in the hole. I like this hole too. I like all the Granite Point holes. This is my favorite course of all the courses there in Golf Clash. This is my favorite course, and they've made it easier with the 4 holes that they changed, especially the 2 par 5s. The par 3s, yeah, those racetrack holes are kind of iffy anyways, but the 2 par 5s they changed here, they definitely made this course a lot easier for everybody to play. It was very technical before. You had to really be aware of what club you were bringing because you could very easily end up between clubs. You brought the right ball for the drive, but you didn't bring the right ball for the second shot. And what they've done to those holes is they've made them easier so that people have less where you're going to be in between clubs. You're going to have, it's less ball specific. I liked it better when it was harder. All right, good luck. We are rolling through the holes and not picking anything up. All right, hole number 6, which is Granite Point hole number 3. And this hole here is also changed. This hole has changed. and I am unsure of how I'm going to play this hole. I'm just going to keep playing it the way I've been playing it. I'm going to take a sniper and a quasar. Sniper and a quasar. Not a navigator. A quasar. Let's see if we have any luck today. I have been so far off on this hole, and I've tried. My teammate Kyle has been playing a different shot on this hole, and I haven't had. I tried his shot. I've tried my shot. I haven't had any luck. I can, Scott. If you guys want me to do Tour 6, I can play during the off week. I mean, I can do one-on-one stuff in any tour. If you guys want me to do Tour 6, just let me know like what tour you guys want me to practice in. I can take my 99 account if you want to see lower level clubs, or if you just want to see how the holes are played. I can take my 77 account. I play any of those tours. I can get live action. That's one of the reasons why I like playing rookie. Because if, like, this account right here has never been above Tour 7. I've never played a match above Tour 7. I think I take that back. I think I played like 3. That's because I got in there and didn't realize that I was in Tour 8, you know, just got in to play some one-on-one. .1, it's 4.34 rings. Trying to hit it perfect. And that might be all right because I keep ending up to the right. So no matter what I've done, I've ended up on the right hand side. I've gone to a 60%. I have added on wind. That was a 40% wind adjustment, and I hit a shot to the left, and I still ended up to the right. I tried the shot. For those of you, I tried Kyle's shot, and I couldn't get it. It's like, how much wind adjustment do I have to do on this? I don't know if it's taking an irregular bounce, and it's like, hey dude, I don't care how much you move me, I'm going to this spot. That's almost exactly what it feels like. It's like, nah, we're going to take an irregular bounce, and we're going to end up on the right hand side. All right, front nine's going by like that. What happened with Playdemic was when they came out with that update, and it jacked everybody up, and it really, seriously, I mean, like, the game was like literally unplayable for me for a month, and I did not play other than shooting videos for you guys for tournament holes. I didn't play at all for the last month. I've got very limited one-on-one. I played a couple times in one-on-one here last week just to try and get back into it. And because of what they did, I've like not played other than just tournaments. I've got to get some motivation back to get back into playing the game and just having fun, because and the other part of it is that it's a grind. We have had so many tournaments over the last 4.5 months that it's almost got to the point where the game's not any fun. It's like having a second job. Hole number 7. Greenwich Point, hole number 5. All right. And this is another one of those holes. My teammate Kyle is doing the shot off. He's doing the racetrack shot, and he's getting it to go up over there. And I've been doing the shot over the trees all week. And I have taken the shot from the racetrack side on the left-hand side hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. and he's shooting almost at minimum club, way back to get the run up to the hole, and he's been getting it to sink. But I played that the other day, and I'm just gonna hit through the trees. What the hell? What the hell? One of these bags must have a rocket and a kingmaker. I don't think I have any. Let's see what I got here for. Yeah, I don't really need a 4 power, but that 4 side spin looks good. Those Olympus balls are low wind. If I had a 3 power 4 side spin ball right here, it might help me out. But that right there will work. And I am super close on this hole. I mean, my distance, my speed is absolutely perfect. It's right back to the cup. It's just a matter of getting the trajectory right. And I am just literally right there. I'm a great to the right away from getting in the hole. .9. I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment at 1.2 per ring. Hitting it perfect. I like this graphic that it's giving me. And that's the first time all week that I've ended up on the right hand side of the cup. So it's been coming down right on the left hand edge, and I've been like about a cup away from going in. I moved it over. I've been putting my clear ring on the transition down here between the fringe and the green, and I moved it over on my white. I moved it over because I've been trying to just get on the right hand side just to make sure that I could actually get on the right hand side. That's good news. That's good news for the back nine. I like the racetrack. I like these racetrack par 3s. I think the one that they changed, there was a shot on that side, and I'm not exactly sure why they felt like they needed to change these holes. What's funny is that we haven't played these holes a lot of these holes in tournaments, and they changed them. And usually it's one of those things where you play them a lot and people are having a lot of difficulties on them, or people just get used to them, so they make changes on it, so it kind of changes up your notes. But we haven't played those holes a lot, and they made changes to them, and I definitely think they made them easier, but I'm not sure why they felt like they needed to make changes to them. There's 2 of the holes they made changes to. We haven't played those holes in forever. That hole right there, both of the par 3s, the racetrack par 3s, we haven't played very much. First year and a half that the game was out, we played those holes, but we really haven't played them that much since then. The grid that I'm using is Material Q. And I've got a video up on Material Q, so you got to write a code for it in order to build your grid. And so I've got a YouTube video up on Material Q, and I put in the code that I use for this Material Q. So I've got several things here. I've got this section down here is my curl ring in my center line. I've also got in there, and I'm not using them, I've put comment codes to take them out, but I've got crosshairs in here if you like the crosshairs. One one crosshair is set up so that if you're in the field, it's in the middle of the ball, and the grid line's in the center of the ball when it's in the ring set when you pull it back. And then I also have my wind ticks up here in the corner, just so I can line the arrow up a little bit better. I had one that went right through the center of the arrow, and it was really hard because the arrow's wobbling, and it was really hard to like line it up. It was easier to just line it up without the line there, but when I put the tabs on either side up here in the corner, when I put those tabs on it so that I can center it between them, it was a little bit easier for me. And I'm actually just getting used to the grid. I got the door open. Come on, Buster.
Come on, buddy.
He might get out. All right, we're on Greenwich Point, hole number 8. Yeah, I haven't been using the grid for that long, so there's still some techniques of using the grid, like pulling, because when you use it take shot and you're pulling, so if you're trying to pull out 3 miles an hour and you go to the edge of your blue ring for your blue and your clear, and then you pull it to the center, it's hard to find the center sometimes. So going to the edge of your clear ring where your clear ring and your white ring line up, and then pulling up 3 rings and being able to make those types of adjustments so you're not working off of the center bullseye. There's some of those techniques that I still, because I've played it the other way so many times, I'm still like trying to get used to. And now that we have the center ring, is split in half, so half of the ring, so we've got a 50% mark. So if you need to move 2.6, you can move to the edge, and then the 1, or you can adjust that out to try and get a little bit more accurate. All right, this hole has changed, and I am going to switch up what I'm doing on this hole, and I'm going to take a power 4 ball, only because with a power 3 ball, when I come in where my red line's at, in order to make sure that I have enough clearance, I have to move it a little bit to the right. And so when I'm coming into the cup, I'm actually coming in on the left-hand side, and I'm not like going right at it. But if I take a power 4 ball, I can line up more towards the flagpole. And I don't need to take anything special as far as a power 4 ball. I really hate to burn one of those because I have 5 of them. And I think every power 4 ball I have has 3 side spin. I'm pretty sure. A power 4. That's a power 3. I think that's power 3 as well. Is that a power 4? Power 4. Everything's power 4, side spin 3. I'm going to take a firework ball. That's all I need. That's all I need. What I really need here is a hole-in-one to make up for hole number 1. Not getting the eagle on hole number 4 hurt, but starting it off with a par on a par 3 is not conducive to getting good scores. That put me in a serious hole. Serious hole. You want me to close the door?
No, the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life is in my room.
Big spider?
Big.
Big spider.
This is like almost finish size.
My wife found a spider in the house. If they're outside, they're out in their territory, but when they're in the house, they're fair game. I usually trap them and take them outside, which is an instant death sentence for any insect. If you take it out of one environment and you put it in another, it's an instant death sentence for them. But it's a spider eat spider world. See if my opponent can get up there nicely. It looks like it's coming in fast. And it was. All right, here we go. Okay, 3.2, I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment, so I'm going to do 3.5. There's 3.1. That leaves me 4. I'm going to go a little over a ring and a half. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the hole. Close, close. No CR. Where I was having to set up before with the power 3 ball was the power 4 ball can get me in front of that trap. The power 3 ball, when I was using a Kingmaker, I had to set up to the right in order to make sure I had enough room in case I hit a grate to the left that I wouldn't clip the rough. And when you set it over to the right in order to get it back on track so you're not in the rough on the other side, on the second bounce, you got to put on a little teeny bit of side spin, and that pulls you off the hole. And I was okay with that coming up to the weekend round because all I wanted to do was get up there, short chip, get my eagle, and move on. But where I'm at right now, I need to give myself every opportunity to try and get in the hole. So a power 4 ball, trying to go straight at it so that I at least have a shot at a hole-in-one. In the hole. Now I need to get an Albie on hole number 9 just to get to 14. If I can get to 14, I feel like I still have a shot at getting to 31. Not a great shot, but I still have a shot. Let's go look at it. Just go burn it in my memory banks. This is my absolute favorite hole, and they've changed it. Let me go find... Which hole is that? Hole 6. And they've changed it. I'm going to take the bottom route, which isn't in this photo. I have those photos somewhere. I'm taking my number 2 bag. I'm taking a Kingmaker. Here we roll. All right. I'm going to do 2 and a sliver of topspin. Hey, look, okay. Oh, that is a big spider. I'm just leaving him right there. I'll let him out.
I don't think he should be free.
He's all right.
Eagle.
No, he's just a spider. Just leave him right there, baby. He's all right.
He's gonna jump up and get you.
All right, here we roll. Hole number 9. Rock, sniper, Kingmaker. 2 and a sliver of topspin. And maybe just 2. I think 2 will just be fine. Been super close. Like with the sliver, it's like it's so easy to get just a sliver too much. Gonna be 3 rings off this transitional surface. Max side spin, and I'm just gonna do 2 and the slightest sliver. 3-4, I'm gonna do a 10% adjustment, so I'm gonna do 3-7. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about distance. Close. All right, the shot to the cup. I'm doing a 20% adjustment to the cup. I have no idea. I have made this shot this week, but I made it on a grate to the left. And that was early on in the week. I wasn't making any adjustments at all. And the wind's moving from the left to the right. That is no bueno. It's 2.2. It's 2.64 rings. There's max. It's 2.64 rings. There's 2.5, 2.6. Trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole, damn it. Just get outside. Over pulled it. These holes are driving me crazy. I've done 0 and ended up on one side. I did a 10, ended up on the other side. Do a 20, end up on one side. It's like they're 17 and a half or they're 12 and a half. That was perfect into it. But that was like a whole deal off. Yeah, and you can get the grid, the notebook out. If you use notebook, Golf Clash notebook, it has a built-in out. There's things I didn't like about that out, or that I didn't like about the grid. So I tried out Material Q, and I like, but you do have to write a code for Material Q. So unless you have some existing code, you'll have to start from scratch. And the code that I have that's in that video for Material Q has a bunch of stuff in there, and I've comment coded it out, and I wrote a bunch of comments in there that explains to you, like, if you want to activate the following 2 lines, remove the comment codes. And so it's got a lot of other stuff that's in there, because when I first wrote it, I put all kinds of stuff in it. And then it was too busy on the screen. One of the things that I did to begin with is I made my lines very bright, and they were so bright that it was distracting my eye. So I actually went to colors that were more in line with the course, with the dark green and the black, and I can easily see that they're there, but they don't distract my eye when I'm looking at it or looking at the needle going by. I don't get distracted by the colors. I started off with a really bright pink, just so that it was easy to see where they were at, and it was too distracting. The curl line is the cool part about it, because you can set up, you can go, if you're using this code, you can go in there, and if we've got a hole that you've got to use curl on, especially if it's a drive and you're not using max curl and you're using partial curl, you can go in there and set up a custom tick line somewhere and activate a custom tick line that'll add a line to it so that you pull to that line when you're on hole number 6, and so that you can try and replicate those shots when you're doing curl shots. That is not going to get me anywhere on the front, and I don't know, the way that I've been playing this week, I don't know that I'm even capable of shooting a -18, which is what it would take to get me there. So I have a -15 or -16, I can shoot that, as long as I don't screw up on hole number 1 again. But I don't know if I can shoot a -18. We'll see. We'll see if I can get a little bit of luck going with me. If you can't be good, be lucky. Let's see if I can get lucky on the back. Hole number 1. I'm not even going to go look at this freaking hole. I have no idea what happened on the first one, other than they made me buy a ball that I already had picked. I think. Right there. Alright. I'm not even going to go look at it. I'm just going to go play it. What the hell? Yeah, so for all of you that have watched my videos for a long time and you hear me light my cigarette and you think, man, that guy's a chain smoker, that's because if I don't smoke, these cigarettes will almost instantly put themselves out. And so I'm just relighting the same cigarette over and over. Alright, let's see if we can not epic fail again. It's 2.1. It's 2.73 rings. There's 2.5. Looks like about 2.73. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can get it in the hole this time, or if I'm going to clip the freaking sand again. No, that was not a nice shot. It would have been a nice shot if it had been about half a ball length over to the right. Arr, arr. Where is the arr emoji? I need a little pirate. The deal on this hole is that one tournament I'll play the rough bump, and I feel like I'm just like we're right there, and then we'll play the other shot where my opponent's playing, because the wind will be blowing different, and that shot right there is not too bad, and it's always just like really close. I've had some tournaments where I've had luck on this hole, but this is, I don't know, this hole just pisses me off on a regular basis. It's not, for me, this is not a high percentage par 3, even though it should be, because we don't have to do a lot of stuff. I always like it when we go to those par 3s where we don't have to do a lot of movement on the ball in order to get it to go there, and it's just like it's always just right there. This is the benefit for people that have multiple accounts where they can practice and they play a lot. You see a lot of the streamers. That's the thing with a lot of the streamers, is you see them on their first stream on Monday or Tuesday when they stream their first stuff, and it's like, wow, they really have their act together. That's because on Monday they played 8 accounts, and they went out there and they started dialing it in, and they kept really good notes from one account to the next, and they finally got it dialed in with those accounts, and then they went out there and shot around that they show. I've sat in with streamers where they had private sessions and they were playing practice accounts on Monday so that they could get their notes worked out, so that when they come out and they start doing their videos for the tournament week, everybody's like, man, they really have their act together. They have their act together because they played a ton of rounds before they got to that point, so they could get that stuff dialed in. All right, that was hole number 10. Hole number 11. Let's go look at hole number 11. I don't need to go look at hole number 11. I know exactly what I'm doing. Taking bag number 1, and I'm taking a Kingmaker. And that is all I need. That is it. And I have come so close to making a hole-in-one on this hole all week. It's been right there. Yes, you can. Omar. My opponent goes first. I've had shots where my ball went in the hole, hit the edge of the cup, was below halfway, went in the hole and bounced off the edge of the cup, and then swirled around and bounced out. before those Christmas holes that they had, and I shot a video on that too, the gravity defying ball. Those at Christmas time they had that art. I'm not sure which course that was at. We just played those courses not too long ago. We played them again. And whenever they designed that, whoever the designer was, they got super cute on the ring around the rosies, where it would like literally go around the hole like 4 times, which is physically impossible. I got 5, 3, 4, 5. And a little. 3, 8. I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment. 4.56. There's 4.2. So just a little over 2 rings. A little bit of curl, just to bring it back to the hole. And hit 1 ring great to the right. And it's all about roll out here. If they can get up there. Stay on the fringe! Don't give me that putt! I'm not saying I'm the worst putter in the game, but I've got to be down towards the bottom 10%. I think more people have won matches because I've missed a putt than probably just about any other player in the game. I don't take, the problem is when I take putts, I'm so short usually on putts that I don't take putts. I have to actually stop and let it go by a few times and start to take it serious. I'm not really good at long putts. Who the hell wants to take long putts? Let's take short putts. I want to be Happy Gilmore and just get in the hole. Not have to take a putt at all. Go right out the flagpole. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. In the hole. Alright, I got to get an eagle on that hole, so I got the eagle on that hole, but I've got to pick up some holes here because I'm running out of opportunities to pick up holes, and I've got a lot of hard holes coming up. So hole number 4 is going to be absolutely critical on this backside. I'm going to have to get that in the cup. I have no idea what happened on the front. I clipped the transition is what I did. Good luck. Alright, hole number 3. And I know what hole number 3 is. I'm taking an extra mile and a kingmaker. I don't need to look at this hole. I'm just going to go out and play. I'm going to see if I can get into some kind of rhythm. See if I can get some kind of rhythm to just get something to drop. And I overshot on the front and ended up in the rough. And I did 6.5 topspin, so I'm going to only do 6 topspin right here. I was just a little bit too long, which is the first time it's happened all week. My opponent goes first. Snake from the Native Americans. Now they've lengthened out the second shot on this hole, and it used to be if you could get way up here in the front, you could get into your long iron range, but it's not playing because they've added the little launching pad down there so that you're not going to be in between clubs. They've made the hole a little bit easier. I think on the second shot they've lengthened it out a little, and that quasar will be more than enough if you're using the pad, but if you're trying to do the rough bump, the quasar is not going to get you down there far enough. We'll see. 372. The farthest I've been on this and not been in the rough is 378. All right. That bastard. There's 6. .9. I'm going to just do a 2-ring pull. That's 4.2. Put a little bit of curl on it just to bring it over to the bigger part of the fairway. Hit a 1-ring grate to the right, which takes out about half that curl. .369. And I think where I hit at 378 was I caught that perfect, and it was more to the left, and you can hit farther when you go to the left. You can see where their red line's at as far as like trying to get down there. If they've got a level, what level is that? Guardian. This would have been a better hole to bring a sniper on. Better ball guide. They got a level 8 Guardian, so they got a level 10 sniper. Sniper would have been a much better club on this particular shot. Just for ball guide and accuracy. Level 8 is at 1.2 per ring versus, so it's at like 90 accurate versus the 100% for a sniper. If you can get your Guardian to level 9, it picks up another 5, so it goes to 1.1 per ring. 2.5. I am right at max club. I'm going to do 2.75 rings. There's 2.5, 2.75. Hitting it perfect. Gave myself a look better than the look that I had last time I was on the hole, and underpulled it. Earlier on the week I went on a 10, I was underpulling, and I went to 15 and it was an overpull. I hit 2 perfects in a row on a 15 and was on the other side of the cup. And on a 10, I was right on the lip, right on the edge of the cup. It changed. So my understanding is from talking to people and reading stuff in the community is the next tournament they're going to make some changes to how they're working the winds and bracketing. I think the wind idea of going with variable winds where like one round, you know, like in all the qualifying rounds, the wind's going in one direction, and then in the opening round, the winds are changing direction for everybody. Somebody said that their understanding was it was going to change from bracket to bracket, and I don't see how they're going to do that because you're not playing against just the people that are in your bracket. So you may have some people in your bracket played against another bracket. I think it's just going to be like in the opening round, the wind's going on in every hole, it's going in whatever direction it's going in, and then they're going to change that up when it goes to the weekend round. Change it up from the qualifying round. It'd be nice on some of these holes if we didn't always get favorable winds. But that'll change it. That'll change. It's going to benefit people who have a lot more counts, who play more, because they can go out and play those holes and try and get it dialed in with several practice accounts before they go out and play their main. And so people that have more counts and that play more and that practice more are going to still have. That's the whole thing with everybody wanting. Everybody wants it to be easier, and it's still not going to be easy to get a banner. It's not going to be easy. Hole number 13. All right, let's quit dicking around. Let's see if we can get this hole in the hole. Hole number 13. I want to just look at it. All right. All right. I'm excited I've gone this far and my grid hasn't disappeared. Usually my grid's fine until I open up Golf Clash and then all of a sudden my grid disappears. Kingmaker. Extra mile, sniper, or extra mile, either a Hornet or a Rapier. And I really want to, I'm going to use my Rapier instead of my Hornet. I have no idea what happened on that last one, but when I'm up there where I'm at absolute minimum club with my Hornet, where I'm starting off, I think I'm going to end up with that same kind of result where it's going to slide across the green. So I'm going to take this with my Rapier if I can get up there. This is definitely a one shot at a time. And it's definitely easy to epic fail on the drive. 2.6. It's about 2 1/4, or excuse me, 1 1/4 rings. Hitting it perfect. See if that puts me up there into my, I'm no matter what, I'm gonna shoot this with my Rapier. If I can get into that hollow right there, that's definitely Rapier range. I don't even think I'll have a shot at it with my Hornet. And I'm gonna do my Rapier at 1.3 per ring. It'll be at max club. Getting some refreshment, getting my hydration on. All right, here we roll. Divided by 1.3. It's going to be 2.9 rings. And there's 2, 9. Just trying to hit it perfect. Oh, that was all me. That was anticipation. Anticipation. I was killing it on this in the practice round and in the beginning in the qualifying rounds. I did actually get some practice in the qualifying rounds, and I made this hole every single time. Although I will say I made 3 of them on greats to the left. I didn't make this hole every time. And in the opening round and the weekend round, I did make it once. It's how the ball bounces. I'm definitely not one of those players. I have played for so long that I understand the whole deal about the pressure that you get on when you're in these tournaments and you're winning and you're winning banners. There's so much pressure that you can get on yourself. Desmond, my teammate Desmond is in the chat right now. For those of you that are in the chat, he is, I mean, these guys are winning week in and week out. There's so much pressure to perform and how much practice that it takes in order to get to that point that I can't maintain that level. I'm just like trying to play and have fun, and some weeks I am absolutely killing it, and some weeks it's absolutely killing me. In the last 3 weeks, it's been kicking my ass. The last 3 tournaments, I have really, I think the last 3 tournaments, at the beginning of the year, I had a little bit of a stretch where I was just like out of it. I was working a lot and just like totally out of the deal, and got on about a And it was probably like a 2 tournament swing. There was one tournament I didn't even make the weekend round. I got totally ticked and came back the next week and won though. I will forfeit. We still have an opportunity for a pretty good finish here, so I don't have an opportunity to win anything, but I definitely have an opportunity to get a pretty good finish. Hole number 14. Greenwich Point, hole number 9. Trying to remember what hole number 9 is. Okay, I remember. Try not to have to go look at them, just trying to play. Kingmaker. That's all I need. And this lamp, and my dog. That was a nice round tush. Topher goes first. Let's see which way they're playing. I was really surprised on the front 9. My opponent was trying to do some non-max overpower hook shot, but didn't get the hook. They actually did better by hitting the. I don't know if you're setting up a max overpower hook shot. It's called a max overpower hook shot for a reason. And when you're trying to do like half hook, why didn't you just set it up so you do a max overpower hook? But I think that shot that they were trying to get to from the left, even if they would have got over there, they still would have been behind the trees. I think my opponent here's got a pretty good shot. Pretty nice straight in shot. I'm right on the line. It's a little shy of 2 rings. And I put just a titch of overpower and just a titch of right hand curl. Hitting it perfect. Just trying to get myself out there mid club. Straight up, 1.5 per ring plus 0.2. And I totally got the wind adjustment wrong on the front, but I hit it great to the left and it didn't matter anyways. The good news is that I hit it great to the left and it went great to the left. Because everything I've hit so far this week has gone to the right. What's up, Dwayne? CG Hike. Welcome to the chat. Mohammed is in the house. That's right. Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming. 3.2 divided by 1.5 plus 0.2. 2.33 rings. .33 rings. And there's 2, 3, 3. Trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get anything at all to drop today. Hell no. Why would it go in the hole? And normally I never take shots where I don't put on a little bit of something. And I thought to myself when I put that on there, you should set this up with just a titch of backspin. just to woe the ball up a little bit, because I hardly ever take shots where I don't put on any topspin or backspin. I always, and we hardly ever find ourselves in the spot where we do that. It's usually, you always put on just a little teeny bit of something. At least I know my trajectory was on. Hey, that was a win right there. That was close. But no cigar. Yeah, there's no love for me today. None. I think what I did on the very first hole, I tanked the very first hole right off the bat. And I only had, when I looked up, when I went to go pull the ball down to start the shot off, it was on 2 seconds rolling towards 1. And so I set it, and as soon as the needle got there, I released and hit perfect. And I think what I did is I short shot it. And that's why it did what it did. And other than, I haven't had any love all day. That's some close. Yeah, it's close. I'm gonna fire up the GC Master Code, which I don't have, but if I had it, I'd fire it up right here, and I could get a hole-in-ones on the last 4 holes, and I'd still be 6 shots off. And Kevin Dunner's in the house, and he still hasn't got. Kevin Dunn is the one who got robbed by GC Master, the man who hit 12 hole-in-ones in a row. And Playdemic said that it was perfectly legit. Still hasn't gotten anything from them. And I don't care how many balls they offer you or how many coins they offer you, that is not the same as getting a bronze banner. Alright, what hole are we on here? We're on hole number 15. Hole number 15. And I have had no luck no matter what way I've played this hole. And so I'm just going to keep playing it the way I am, and I'm going to keep making adjustments. Let's buy some balls. All right, hole number 15. I'm going to do a 50% wind adjustment from where I'm at. I know that sounds crazy, but it doesn't matter how much I move this ball, I still end up on the right-hand side of the cup. I would count it a win if at 50% and I hit it perfect, if it ended up on the left-hand side of the cup. That would be considered a win. And it's not like it keeps, like I'm getting closer to the cup. I'm still the same. It's like it keeps going to the same spot. Like it just will not budge off of that spot. I'm not going to say it's pissing me off, but it's pissing me off. Okay, it's 4.6. 6.9 rings. There's 5, 6, 9. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if I can end up on the left-hand side of the cup, because I have zero. Look. Look where it came in. I tell you that shot down there is not. I know. Like I've talked to my teammate Kyle this week, and he's been playing the shot back where he's wedged up. He's got his white ring off of the sand, the back sand trap, and he's got his white ring off the rough down here. Takes very little movement. Takes very little adjustment. I think it's only like a 5%. And getting hole-in-ones, but this shot from up here, up close, it doesn't matter. If I did a 10% wind adjustment, I would have ended up exactly where I was at, and that was with a 50% wind adjustment, and still ended up in the same damn spot. So the thing is that whatever bounce it's getting when it's coming around that bend on that hillside, it's throwing you into the same. It doesn't matter. It's just going to throw you into that same spot. I've hit 2 greats to the left here this week, and my opponent gets that close. The same area that I was in. I have no idea what they pulled. I'd have to go back and watch that and see what they pulled. Sometimes that's the way you do it. This is why it's so important to record your own gameplay, because you can go back, and if your opponent does something really good, you can go back and watch what they did. Yeah, you can go on the left-hand side, and they've taken out it's not the same racetrack that it is before. I played in the qualifying rounds. I played all the par 3s just so that I could practice, and I was playing the par 3s because I wasn't getting there with exactly the same stuff that I'm playing them in the tournament. I was playing them from the other side to see what it would look like from the other side, to see what was there, and they've changed the racetrack on that. It's not the same as it was before, but you can come at it from the other side, and there is a pretty decent shot. I think the shot that my teammates are taking, where they're white ring off the sand, white ring off the rough, very little adjustment. The deal there is that you're far enough back that it's rolling. There is a funnel, and it's rolling in through that funnel, and it's a very consistent rollout. And where I'm starting up down there, up against that hillside, I think when it hits, it's on the hillside, and so when it hits, it's taking an irregular bounce as soon as it hits. So if we play that hole again in the future, I'm definitely not going to play that shot. I'll definitely switch over to the other one. 16, hole number 16. And we're on the other par 3. And the good news is that the last time through, I actually, for the first time this week, ended up on the right-hand side of this cup. And so now I know how to do too much adjustment. All right, 96. Dogo. Dogo goes first. Yeah, it does. Kyle had those holes dialed in. I talked to Kyle earlier today, and I know all of the numbers that he had on there, but it's just been... I tried that shot earlier, and I tried it earlier in the week, and I didn't have any success on it, and I was like, man, I'm just going to see if I can work the number out on the shot, because it should just be, that shot that I took, it should just be an adjustment. But I think the way the course is rolling out, it's more than just an adjustment. I don't think you can adjust it out. I think it's just taking a bad bounce from that area, and every now and then you might catch it just right, and it'll be fine. And on this hole right here, he's got this hole dialed in too, and I've taken that shot that he's taken I don't know how many times, and for some reason it's just like this shot right here. I'm always close, but I'm always a bride, or a bridesmaid, never a bride. Okay, so I overdid it last time. I was white ring off, so this time I'm going to do half of the white ring and see if I can get back towards the cup. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. I like my graphic on this too. They're giving me a little bit different graphic. And I ended up, and I will tell you that that is amazing to me, that I ended up on the right hand side of the cup twice in the weekend round. And the place where I was at right there, that shot setup, I was in that same exact spot in the opening round. I did 2 shots in this account. I did 1 in my odd account, and it was right along the left-hand edge of the cup. And I am literally right there, like a whole ring off from the left-hand edge of the cup. And that is just amazing to have that much variance just between rounds. It's good news though is that I was on the right hand edge of the cup, so, or the right hand side of the cup. It keeps coming in on the left. Watch. I actually, if I took this shot right here, I think I would, and I made this shot, I would be so distraught. Good luck. Good luck in the tournament. All right, we're on hole number 17. Hole number 17. I'm taking a power 4 ball. Firework ball and an extra mile. Maybe we can get something to drop just so that I can have one woo-hoo in the whole freaking round. It's a little too late, but maybe we can get the hole-in-one on this. Bringing out the power 4 ball, I have a serious chance at a hole-in-one. Put on just a little teeny bit too much backspin last time. I'm going to do a 10% pull, so it's going to be 4-5. There's 4-2. That leaves me 3. So it's just a little. 2 and a little. So we can hit it perfect. Oh, hit it great to the right. At least the firework ball is going off. If I'd have been on a trajectory there, I probably would have bounced off the flagpole on that one too. A little too much speed on the front. I put on about maybe 2/3 of a ring of backspin or a bar of backspin, and on that one I put on a little shy of half. And these holes right here, this is why, hey, I didn't make the rules and I don't sell balls, but this is the whole deal when you're playing in these tournaments. I know a lot of people get upset that they're not getting the finishes that they want, but when you come out to these holes and you go, hey, everybody's getting an eagle on hole number 8, and you're not, and you're having difficulties and bringing out, that's almost in the hole, and bringing out a ball that you have to do overpower on a shot like this, you really want to standardize this shot, and the way you can do that is by bringing out bigger equipment. I don't really like that. I don't like that either. One ring great to the left. In the hole. Barely. Barely. I wonder how many people are out there that bitch about that stuff, but when you see when these ball packs come out, they buy a ball pack and then they're out one-on-one and they're playing Tour 3 or Tour 5 or Tour 7 and they're using up really big stuff. If you buy big packs or if you buy lots of balls, then, you know, but it always cracks me up when people are playing, especially like Tour 7 and below, Tour 8 and below, and they're using a special ball every single hole. I'm assuming that those people bought enough that they don't worry about it. So when they're in tournaments, they don't worry about it. But you don't have to buy, if you're only using those balls in tournaments, you don't need a monster selection of balls, but you do need some. An occasional power 4 that you pop out, an occasional power 5. Some of these tournaments are power 5 dependent, like the Redwood Cup. I mean, hell, I think I went through 30 power 5 balls that week. I'm gonna shoot this shot just because we're here. I'll shoot the racetrack. I didn't bring my rocket, so I can't do the backspin shot. I've never done that backspin shot before in a tournament, when the game first came out, I think this hole has been in, I think this may be its 4th tournament. We've always played the racetrack side. That should come in pretty nice. Very nice. Very nice. We can beat that though. See if we can work the wind out. Should be 2.5 per ring. Just 2.5. I have to put a little bit of curl because of that. Hitting it perfect. Coming in nice and high on it. .04 versus .08. Winner, chicken dinner. And that right there, Des, I know that Kyle's got that hole dialed in, but for me, that right there is like over and over and over and over again. And I've shot that hole I don't know how many times, and I'm always like right there. Occasionally I'll catch a hole in one on it, but it's like I just do not have for whatever reason on those racetrack holes, I just have not had a lot of luck. 68th and 25th, not good. Not good. This may not even be a top 20 round. If I get the eagle here and get the 27, it's going to be tight up at the top. Tight. May not even be a top 20. Let's go to hole number 9. Take my rocket, my sniper. Bag number 2 and a kingmaker. It's not the king of balls, but it's the maker of kings. And I'm going to open up that gold chest. That way I can get another one going. You don't get clubs if you don't open up chests. And I have never cared. I just open up chests, and sooner or later you'll see a number above your bag and you know you got something. 99 times out of 100 it's a ball that you didn't have, but you'll get something upgraded. I've never really worried about what's in those chests. I just know that this game has a farming aspect, and that you got to farm chests if you want to get clubs. I've never met anybody in this game that didn't want to get better clubs or didn't want to upgrade their clubs. But I've read stuff about people going, all you guys are doing is just buying clubs because you're opening up chests all the time and everything. Yeah. I don't ever play a match without an empty slot. Occasionally it happens, like I'm going through and I'm shooting a video and I might miss it, but 99.9 times out of 100 I don't play a match without an open slot. Even when I'm playing one-on-one friendlies with teammates, you know, we'll stop every so often and go clear out some slots. I'm just going to do 2 rings because I don't want to risk it. I'm going to do a 4-ring pool, 10%. 10% adjustment, 4 miles per hour, 4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get up there towards the top. All right. Now I'm going to do a 10% here. I'm going to do a 12.5. Times whatever the wind is. Now I'm going to do a 10 because I was way off last time. I was like, nah. I'm going to do a 10% plus 0.2. Maybe 0.1. See what the wind is. 2.1 plus 0.01 or 0.1 to be 2.4. 2.4 rings. There's Max Club. Right on the outside edge of that cup, 2.4 rings. There's 2.4. Let's hit it perfect. Let's end this with a perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if we can end it with an Albie. Be the only bright shining spot in the whole freaking tournament. Just a bit outside. Over pulled it again. That's about the same spot I ended up on the front, and I did a. Did I do a 15 or a 20 on the front? I think I did a 20 on the front, and I went to 10 right there, and I still ended up on the outside of the cup. Right there. This is a prime example that you can shoot a. Like, I've had a pretty good round. I mean, I haven't tanked any other than the hole number 1. I really haven't had a bad round. A couple shots that I didn't pick up, the par 4, hole number 4, didn't pick it up either time. That's 2 shots. But I really haven't had a bad round. But in order to do good in these tournaments, you've got to absolutely shoot the minimum score. And you've got to pick up shots. And that's just the deal. We'll play this one more time. See which way the wind's blowing. I guess I'm not going to play that hole one more time. Let's see how bad this is. I don't even know. Don't even know if this is going to be a top 20. That's how tight the competition was this week. 32nd. Tight. See what it was up at the top. To get into the top 23 people came in with a minus 28. And I had crap tiebreaker, so I mean, even with a 28, it probably would have been a top 20. 8th place at 29. 4th place at 30, 30, 30, 33 at the top. My goal coming in was, my goal at the beginning of the week, my minimum that I was looking for was trying to shoot a 30. Anything better than a 30. Coming in today, I'm really thinking minus 32, and the minus 32 still would have got me second. So really good bracket. I like being in brackets that the competitions like this. I know there's a lot of players that are out there that play the game that don't want hard brackets. And I don't mind a hard bracket, because if you're actually playing good and you put in the effort and you're on your game and you're getting a little bit of luck and you're getting some drops, you want to be in really tough brackets. I mean, that's the whole deal. I mean, you want to be in a bracket like this where, like, these are great scores. And so, and it gets me about the competition level. People are like, well, you know, how much more competition do you want? I mean, there's a ton of competition at every single level of this game, and I'm just not sure what people are looking for. I think most people want it to be easier. They want everything to be easy. And think about it. You've got 400 people. 400 people it takes to make a bracket. And if you're in the top 3, I mean, do the math. If you're in the top 3 divided by 400 people, that means you're in the top 0.0075% of the people that are playing the game if you win a bracket. That's how hard it is to win a bracket. You've got to be that good. I mean, it's not like, hey, I'm in the top 1%. The top 1%, the top 1% doesn't get you a win. The top 1% gets you fourth. So if you're going to actually, this game is tough. And everybody wants it to be easier. That's why I'm voting for, and I want all of my viewers to vote for. I want Playdemic to make brackets of 4 people. That way only one person doesn't get a banner. That will appease 75% of the people that play this game will feel like they're winners if they get a banner. And so I want to petition Playdemic to make brackets of 4 people. Only 4 people showed up. Let me get my hand in here. You can see it. 4 people. I really think that if they had brackets of 1 person, you'd still get 75% of the brackets where that 1 person only won a bronze. But I really think that they should make brackets of 4 people. That way only 1 person gets left out and only 1 person's pissed that they didn't get a banner. And so within a couple of tournaments, they'd probably get lucky and they would get one, so that they could just get past this, because I love it when my brackets are this hard. The bracket here, these people here did not beat me. I beat myself because I didn't put in the time once again this week, just like the last tournament, and I didn't get any drops today, and that's not my opponent's fault. That's not, I am fully capable of putting up the same kind of scores that these people did. I just didn't get it done this week. And I'm not sure what people are looking for when they're playing this game, because you want to play in brackets that are this tight. You want to play against people that are this good. If you win a banner in a bracket of 1, that means nothing. If you win a banner in a bracket where it took 400 people to make that bracket and you've got banners, that means that, hey, awesome job, man. Especially if you're winning week in and week out. That's awesome. I'm just not sure what the mass majority of the players that play this game are looking for. They want it easier. I want to be in brackets like this. I want my brackets to be this tough every week. And that's why, people talk about, well, you're playing rookie with big clubs. The people that are in this bracket are every single person in this bracket is an expert. This person's got banners, 5,700 games, 308 million won. Every single person that's in this bracket is an expert. Every single one of them. If you run your account up to expert, because if you're an expert, your divisional, what you get, this is what people look at when they first start the game. They look up here at the divisional rankings and they go, well, hey, if I'm up here at expert, man, I get 90% more club cards. If I'm at masters, I get 100%. That means every time I open a chest. That's why people who are up at masters that have been playing masters and they've got a bunch of wins, they've got 5,000, 6,000 wins, and they've been playing masters and they've got 8 billion earned or 4 billion earned or 3 billion earned or even $1 billion earned. And they've been playing up at masters and they get 100% more. That means every time they open a chest, they're getting twice as many cards as you if you're down here and you're not up there. So people are like, wow, I want to get up here so that I can get more club cards, because what is everybody trying to do? They're trying to upgrade their clubs. And so everybody wants to get up in here into expert and they want to get into masters. And then when they go down and they go, hey, I really don't want to spend the money to play masters tournaments or even expert tournaments. I'm just going to go back down and play rookie because I can kick ass because I got really good clubs because I've been playing masters. Well, guess what? You're going to be playing against masters and they got kick-ass clubs too, all right? And if you took your account to expert or masters and now you're playing against people who are expert and masters and you're bitching about it, there's a word for that, and it starts with an F, it ends with a K, and it ends with a U, okay? I just do not understand in this game what people are looking for as far as competition. I think they just want to play standalone stuff, but I am excited. I'm not excited that I came in 32nd. This is not a very good weekend round for me. I don't know when the last time was that I was out of the top 20. I'm very seldom out of the top 10. But I'm okay with that because I want to be in tight brackets like this. I knew going in that if you wanted to be in the top 10, I've got it right here on my notes. It's been here all week long. That if you want to be in the top 10, you need to shoot a 30. And look at what the top 10 is dominated by. It's dominated by 29s and 30s. And so I'm not excited about coming in where I was at, but I like being in these kind of brackets. I like having good competition, and I'm just not sure what people are looking for. Do a par 3 tournament. Yeah. Yep. Awesome baseball reference. All right. That was it. That was the weekend round in the Highlands tournament. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I will. I actually don't feel like I played that bad. I just did not pick up hole number 4 both times, and hole number 1 killed me. That's 3 shots. That's 30 right there. And I knew going in that every round, in order to get any kind of shot for a banner, I knew going in that it all had to start with a minus 30, and I had to build on that. And I did give myself, because normally the way my game works is I give myself a shot on every hole. That's my whole goal, is to put myself in the right spot so that I have a shot to pick up something. And I like to pick up, if I can pick up 25% of those. So in this case, there was 6 holes that we had to pick up. That leaves us 12, and 25% would be 3. And so if you shoot a 30 and you picked up those 6 holes, then that's a 33. And so that's usually how I kind of work it. So like shooting a 32 seems very possible for me, but shooting anything higher than that is like I really, really, really have to be on my game in order for that to happen. And so congratulations to Fick Naldo. Great round. That was an awesome round. Minus 33 is an awesome round. And I have a teammate that shot a minus 33 and came in second. And Almighty is a great player, and that was a tough bracket. So, I mean, when you shoot those kind of scores and you're up there at the top, it's always awesome. Thank you, Dez. Glad you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully, somebody said that there was supposed to be a 9-hole cup this week, but I know that they would have announced it by this point, and they haven't. So I am so happy that there is not a 9-hole cup. Hopefully this week I can just play some one-on-one. I just want to get out there and because I really have gotten totally out of the game between the lag stuff that happened about a month ago. And it's like anything. If you quit doing something for 2 or 3 weeks, you find stuff to do and you just quit doing it. And I really want to try and get back into the game and really start to, because how much prep time I usually put in a week versus how much prep time, because normally in any given week it's 5 hours for every account that you play. So you figure I've got 3 accounts, a low-level account that I shoot just for you guys that have lower-level clubs, and then my practice account and this account. And so I usually put in like 15 hours a week, and then on tournament weeks, just between like watching video, watching my own video, and watching other people's video, and just kind of like looking at holes, I usually put in 25 to maybe 30 hours in a tournament week, and so you can see it in my results. So usually on those weeks where I'm putting in like 20 hours, 25 hours of watching video and working on my notes, and I usually go through, as far as my note sheets go, I usually go through multiple iterations of my notes. I have a qualifying round. I have my original notes from making the walkthrough. Then I make a qualifying round set of notes. Then I make an opening round set of notes. Then I make a weekend round set of notes. And I have 2 sets of notes, my originals and what I had for the weekend. And so it just really, if you want to get better at the game, what you got to do is you got to be a student of the game. And I've said it on thousands of videos that the people that are at the top are better students of the game. And so the more prep and the more practice and the more time you put in, the better your results are going to be. And it always cracks me up when I see in the community where people are like, all you guys are doing is just like repeating the shot. Hey, dumbass. That's what sports are all about. They don't drive down the street and see some tall guy and go, hey man, he'd make a great center. The guy may not even know how to play basketball. He may not have even heard of basketball before. You can't take some big guy and go, man, that guy would make a great lineman. He may not even know how to play football. Man, never played football. Doesn't like to get hit. You have to practice. Any sport, you have to practice. You can't jump into a car and go, man, I drive my sedan down the road and I'm really good, and just jump in an F1 car and go out there and win races. It doesn't work that way. You've got to practice. You got to practice, and you got to practice, and you got to practice. Do you think that the real golfers go out? They go out on Wednesday with their caddy. They walk the course. They can hit. They have a practice round, so they can hit their shots, and then they go out there and a lot of times they're not hitting, like they may be wanting to hit over on the right-hand side during the tournament, but they want to try out the left, and they're trying different spots, and their caddies out there, and they're measuring and they're looking at distance, and they're trying to figure out elevations, and they're trying to figure that stuff out so that they can make great notes. These people do not just walk out on the course and go, yep, never played golf before, but I'm going to shoot me a scratch round today. That's just not how it works. You got to practice. 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 That's how it works. Thanks, Black Dragon. I really hope, and I have so many teammates that really, in all honesty, are better players than me. And I dig that, because when we first started the clans, it was me and Scooby, and we were trying to get people to get into the clans. We just wanted to play tournaments. We just wanted to go out there and have fun. And we've attracted a bunch of great players, and there are so many players in our clan that are much better players than me. And my whole deal is I'm just trying to teach people how to play. And I lose sight sometimes because of because some of the players in my clan, they are so much better than me. They don't need to watch I need to watch their videos is what the deal is. But I know that I have a lot of viewers out there that I really hope that for the mass majority of you, that my content still is relevant, and that I'm still helping you get better at your game, and just trying to, because that's the whole goal. That's why I shoot these videos and I take the time to do it, is because I want to help other people get better at the game. I want you guys to win banners. I want everybody that's on my team, and I want everybody who listens to the channel. I want everybody, no matter where you're at, to win a banner. And if you're watching my stuff, I'm hopeful that, I'm able to help you out. And I know a lot of players that on my team that, when they first started, I was able to help them out. And then they've hooked up with other players on the team, and they're just advancing. I like to think of myself as the coach. Sometimes I'm not the best player on the team, but I like to think of myself as a good coach. Thanks, Dwayne. And I appreciate y'all coming tonight. And thanks for watching.